Okay, so now we're in Matthew chapter 8, and I'm using my commentary on Matthew 8, and it's just a really to the point commentary. And I wish pastors would actually write this kind of commentary where they just insert their sermon points throughout the Bible, because I think it would just really help the growth of their church. But starting in verse 8, it says, "When he came down, talking about Jesus from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And I wrote, people will follow those who they believe have the answers. The people in this case were right. So anytime a group of people, I think we're all following somebody, and when a group of people think that someone has the answer, they follow them. We see this with, tech companies. We see this with religions. We see this with scientific communities. And, we're all looking for someone to follow. And these people were right, and I hope they stuck it out and followed Jesus for the long term. But many people are following the wrong people. Think about how much Christianity itself is distorted. There are so many versions of it that make it so that people, or they at least preach that people don't have to, people don't go to heaven by faith alone. They believe, or they teach, that people have to earn their salvation. And, you really need to study the book of Galatians to keep from that kind of ideology. So, if you go to a Roman Catholic mass, if you're a Roman Catholic, you really need to look at the faith that you are following, and ask and read the New Testament. See, do these two go together? Because I don't think they do. I think they have very false views on Mary and purgatory and baptism. I think it makes it so that it teaches that you have to be baptized to go to heaven. And we know that's a lie, because Jesus told one of the people that he was crucified with that he would see him in paradise. And that guy didn't have time to be baptized. So make sure you're following the right people. And it says, then a leopard came to him, a leper, and he wanted to be made clean. And Jesus said, I do want to make you clean. And his leprosy was cleaned. And I just put that, just as Jesus touched and healed a leprous man, so he is willing to touch and heal us from all our problems. Our conditions are not too unclean for him. Leprosy is a gross disease, and it didn't gross Jesus out. And everything that we deal with is not too gross for Jesus. There's nothing that you and I could get wrapped up in that Jesus wouldn't want to set us free from and heal us from, right? Because I know so many times we think we're the only one. We think we condemn ourselves, and we just think that what we've done or what we do is unforgivable, but it's not for Jesus, or it's not healable when it is for Jesus. And I love this part. Jesus says to him, the guy he just healed, see that you tell nobody, but go and show yourself to the priest and offer the gift that Moses commanded as a testimony to them. And I wrote, Jesus was not healing for show or fame. He was healing because he cared. Isn't that awesome? And isn't that important? Because we see so many, healers on TV, and they're doing it for what seems to be fame and money, but Jesus was not. He didn't want this guy, even though Jesus was here to start a big ministry and to turn people toward the Father. He didn't want to, in my opinion, make it seem like he was healing this guy to advance his ministry. He was healing this guy because he cared. And he wants to heal you because he cares for you. And he wants to heal me. And we should be helping people because we want to help them. I still believe in healing nowadays, that God still does that. But he does it because he cares about people, not just for show or fame.